I was a fat ass. When I was a kid, I really didn't like to exercise. And when COVID came, you can imagine it was the perfect excuse to stay at home without exercising and just scrolling on Instagram or TikTok and whatever. But the truth is, there is a link between exercising and depression. And that was also the period where my depression and anxiety started to build up. And so in this video, we are going to see the science behind exercise and well-being. Let's start with chapter 1, my personal experience. So, I never was a kid that really liked to exercise. I preferred to stay at home, play video games, scroll, do all of these bad habits. And then I started to get really depressed and anxious. In summer 2022, it was the biggest ride of my life. I really was numb to life. I didn't want to do anything, didn't want to leave the house. But then I started exercising, I started going to the gym. I had this sudden motivation boost, and that got me out of it. Slowly but surely, I got out of this rut by going to the gym. And my second rut, a year later, I got depressed again in 2023. I also stopped exercising when I started getting depressed. And when I went back to exercising, to going to the gym, to doing cardio, then I got better again in another time. So that there really is a link between the two. And that's not just how I lived it, because there are studies confirming this. So let's go to chapter 2, these studies. So there have been multiple meta-analyses actually confirming the effect of exercise for depression. So there is a 2024 meta-analysis and a 2022 that actually do show that exercising can help with depression. And this 2022 meta-analysis actually shows a dose effect. So basically, if you are depressed and you are not doing any form of exercise, actually doing a little bit, so start doing a little bit of exercise, will give you the biggest boost in your well-being. And then every extra, exercise you add will give you diminishing returns. So I have the graphic on screen so you can see. Basically, if you're not doing any form of exercise and you do feel depressed, this is basically the biggest ROI you can have, is just start exercising. There aren't any particular forms you can do, just go for a walk, go for a run, do whatever you actually like. Yoga, dance, gym, whatever, all of them work. And the possible explanations that the study highlighted would be the runner's high, which is basically an acute endoendocrine and inflammatory response to exercise. So that is very well known. After exercising, you feel a little bit better than you did before. And there's also, of course, the improved self-perception you get after exercising, because you feel proud of yourself. You got an achievement, which is very good. And the craziest part of this study is the conclusion, where they said that 1 in 9 cases of depression could have been avoided if everyone did the recommended amount of exercise. 1 in 9 cases, that's a little over 10%. And just so you know in numbers how much that is, so 4% roughly of the population has depression. That is equal to roughly 330 million 80,000 people suffering from depression. And if everyone did the recommended amount of exercise, that means 36,675,555 cases of depression could have been avoided. 36 million cases of depression that could have been avoided simply by exercising. And the craziest part is that a study in 2016 actually showed that the results in these studies are often underestimated because of publication bias. That means the effect of exercise can be even bigger, even more important for treating depression. This is huge. Exercising is so essential for your well-being, for your health, for treating depression. So if you're not exercising, you need to start. And if you are, but you're not doing enough, do more. This will help you. Now, let's go to chapter 3 and what should you do? What do I recommend you actually do in this case? So first of all, start small. If you're not exercising, start really small. Go for a 15-minute walk around, your house, or do a really light run. Just something that you can actually do. I'm not going to tell you to go 6 times a week to the gym because it's not going to work. Start small. If you have time, go for a 15-minute walk. Just move. Get your body moving. That's really, really important. Then, when you start getting used to exercising, basically you have two big choices, which will be strength training or endurance training. So, endurance training would be your cardio, and that is essential for your health, for your heart health. And then strength training will be, will build your muscles. So, both of these form of exercises are really important. But, sometimes we can't do them all. So you have to pick whichever you like the most. Personally, I generally recommend going for strength training because you actually get more visible results. You start going to the gym, you get the noob gains, and about a few months, you start seeing differences in your body. You're getting stronger. You can see your muscles getting bigger. But I know some people that just really, really like cardio and running or going to the bike or swimming. And if that's the case for you, lean on that. Any form of exercise is better than none. So do something that you enjoy, but keep exercising because this will help you. It has shown to have antidepressant results. If you are struggling with depression, this is the first thing you should do. Start exercising. And if I have provided you with some value on this video, you can check out my full course on mental health and well-being. Exercising is just a little brick, the entire wall of things you can do to improve your mental health. And I have a full course on that. You can check out the link in the description. Thank you and see you soon.